Hello there guys, it's Joey. So we're going to do a witchy haul video today. Going to keep it a bit lighter, a bit more uplifting. So there's a number of different interesting witchy bits and pieces that I have purchased recently. There are some resins, there are some herbs, there is some wildcrafted stuff, there's a few crystals, there's one essential oil and a couple of amazing decorational pieces that I will show at the end, which are insanely, incredibly beautiful, and I'll talk about that at the end. So let's kick off with the wildcrafted stuff. So I'm going to attempt to pop everything on this. This is one of my imbuing things. Right, this is a rose from the garden, and it came off the branch like this. And so I just popped it in the dehydrator and it dried perfectly. And it's got thorns on this bit of branch. You see the thorns? And a bud on it. It's just beautiful. I'm not going to go into the meanings of roses too much. There's a whole video that I've already done about roses and how we need to look beyond the obvious meaning for them, because the obvious meaning is love, and that's all they get given. But there's a whole video on that, so let's not go overboard. But I will say that right now there are roses everywhere. It is the season of the rose, particularly where I live. And they're everywhere, and I wish I could get hold of some of the beautiful dark red ones that are around the village, and I'm like, it's encroaching on people's personal gardens. I can't. So, but I walk around the village like, oh, I wish I could just have one of those beautiful big red. Yes, I am that sort of nutter. But we have this beautiful dusky pink rose in our garden. There's a heck of a lot of white roses in our garden, but even in the dehydrator they go a sort of not very pleasant yellow colour when you dry them out. And everything else dried out so well, although you will see one other flower that's quite white, well, was white, and dries to a much more sort of yellowy colour. We'll do that next. You can go sit there for a minute, Rose. So this is Hawthorn blossom. From my hawthorn tree, whom I have a relationship with, Mr. Hawthorn tree. He's right outside the back door. So he's a late bloomer. Most hawthorns bloom considerably earlier, and I was like, well, that's fine, Mr. Hawthorn, I will take your beautiful gifts. So as we've already expressed for hawthorn is in the hawthorn video, which we've just had, you know, masculine Mars fire. It's traditionally associated with sort of Maytime. Let's see. I guess the flowers are probably much more of a love energy, as flowers tend to be given, slash a fae energy. The books don't tend to differentiate that much. Hang on. Let's have a look in the Beltane, Devas. So I mean the petals and flowers and things, it tends to be love and beauty aspect of it, although to me it really does speak of the Fae. And as we're coming up to solstice, it's tomorrow, it's a lot of these flowers and herbs and things are sort of tying into the energies of the summer solstice. I'm thinking that this year I'm going to have a much more petal based energy and mix sort of solar energy with water energy this year, for the balance, for the combining of those things. I've just realised I may not have shown a particular crystal that's sat over here, so I'm going to include some crystals from the other week in a bit. Anyway, so that's the, there you go, that's my brain for you. My brain is off for you, so there you go. The next one is very fey and very beautiful and already bagged. This is Foxglove in a multitude of colours. The more yellow ones were, of course, much more white, although these white ones haven't come up too badly. But mostly I get the sort of the darker pinky purpley ones. So Foxglove is technically one of the poisonous plants, and you should be incredibly careful what you're doing with it, but generally speaking, if you're not eating it, you should be fine. But it is worth noting here that it is poisonous. Is a herb of Venus, Pluto, Scorpio, the Fae, Immortality, a visionary herb, also called fairy caps, witches' gloves, fairy thimbles. Foxglove is a herb of the underworld and has been used with those with an intense initiatory training to commune with those who live there. The juice of this herb can be collected, choose your time according to the moon. In ritual it can be used later to mark the centre of your circle where you will sit and wait to see the realm of the Fae. Perhaps the best use of this charming herb is for growing in one's garden, where there is no danger from its potency, but it will attract all manner of delightful plant devas to bring true magic into your garden. That's what I hate about these sorts of books, because things are poisonous, they don't give you a proper overview. Let's have a look in Cunningham's book. I imagine it's worse. Poisonous, don't use, if I had to guess. Venus water, used for protection. Growing it in the garden protects it, protects the home. In the past, housewives in Wales used the leaves to make a black dye, which they used to paint cross lines on their cottage stone floors to keep evil from entering the house. Do not take internally. There you go. Don't eat strange plants. Oh dear. Sorry, it always makes me laugh. There is a whole heap of foxglove lore, but I may well do a proper video on foxgloves because I find them interesting. I've always loved foxgloves, right from being very, very young. Right. She said, gently rearranging everything so nothing falls over. Right, the next thing are these very interesting and illustrious bellflowers. I'm pretty sure they call them willow bellflowers. And I had to search for lore on these. It's crazy. They're not in the usual suspects. But here you go. Bellflower, a godly gift to celebrate an unchanging love, is the symbol of unchanging love, honesty, and obedience. Is a great gift for someone who's special to you. Venus, associated with Venus, the Roman goddess of love and beauty, As all gods and goddesses should, Venus had a very powerful artifact, a magic mirror. The mirror itself didn't look extraordinary, but its magic power was the ability to transform anything, no matter how ugly, into something beautiful. For this magic mirror will reflect nothing but beauty. One day Venus accidentally lost this mirror, and an unsuspecting shepherd boy found it. He looked at himself in the mirror and began to feel a strange feeling of happiness, and kept the mirror. Once it was activated, Venus began looking for it. She summoned Cupid to go down for Earth and retrieve her possession. Cupid went to visit the shepherd boy, asking him to return the mirror to the goddess Venus. Or Aphrodite, presumably, because this is mixing. Unfortunately, the boy was under the spell of the mirror. He couldn't withstand the power of such an artifact, and was unable to separate himself. In Cupid's overzealous intent to retrieve the mirror, Cupid shot the shepherd's hand to make him release it. Unfortunately, as the boy lost his grip on the artifact, the mirror fell on the floor and shattered. As Venus's mirror shattered into small pieces, everywhere a fragment of it landed on the floor, a bellflower bloomed out of it. And for that reason, this flower is called Venus's looking glass flower even today. The common colours for this are purple, blue, pink and white. We've got a lot of white in the garden and a lot of the bluey purple one. So it has this love, this element and things. It's got some really interesting imagery to it. I will probably collect some more. We've actually got purple out the front as well as the blue. I'll be collecting a lot more flowers tomorrow, with it being Letha. So that was interesting, because they are lovely. They're much more bell-shaped before they dry. They really do hang like bells. And then I got some rosemary from outside. I've got quite a lot of rosemary. Eat. Sorry, I amuse myself with the strange noises I make. I got a tiny bit of lavender. I've actually bought some, and you'll see that in a minute, because the lavender is late this year, really late. Usually it's blooming by now. This is the extent of the lavender so far this year. It's shocking. Anyway, rosemary is obviously, most people should probably be familiar with rosemary. It's a purification herb, the purification herb in a lot of cases. And then some really beautiful, oh, I forgot about, I got a couple of rose buds from the garden as well. Aren't they beautiful? Dried from the garden, just gorgeous. But I think my favourite, and I'm going to investigate some more tomorrow, because they'll be gone soon. Poppy flowers from the garden and dried out. I love poppy. I love them. They're a death flower, that's why I love them. Because I am in fact a weirdo. Do. Right. I don't know what the noises were about. They are associated with feminine moon or water, Demeter. They are also associated with fertility, love, sleep, money, luck, invisibility. Seeds and flowers are used in mixtures designed to aid sleep. Milk of the poppy is an ancient form of medicine which can kill people, but it basically took all pain away. They are eaten to carry or promote fertility and to attract luck and money. At one time, poppy seed heads were gilded and worn as talismans to draw wealth. The seeds are added to food to induce love, or are used in love sachets. I don't know what the matter with me is. I've got nothing today. If you wish to know the answer to a question, write it in blue ink on a piece of white paper. Place this inside a poppy seed pod and beneath your pillow. The answer will appear in a dream. Soak poppy seeds in wine for 15 days, then drink the wine each day for 5 days while fasting. According to tradition, you'll be able to make yourself invisible at will. Or you'll be drunk as a skunk drinking nothing but wine out of fasting. Just saying. But I did also pick up some poppy seeds. These are from my local veg shop place. They were £2.25 for a great big bag, and I do adore poppy seeds. I love the taste of poppy seeds. I love poppy. Poppy, I love it. Let's have a look in the other book actually, because they have a death connection and that didn't cover it. One moment. Yeah, here you go. Red poppies originate in the underworld. Hence the association with Demeter. And Persephone, of course. Persephone. I can never say it. Right, the poppy is also associated with the High Priestess card. And that's it. Oh gosh, that's even worse than the Cunningham book. Okay. Right. It's a death flower. Right, the other thing I got from the local veg shop is some dill seeds. I think that's it for wildcrafted things. Yes. So Dill is Dill the dog. It's a dog called Dill. If you understand that reference, points in your general direction. Dill is very much a herb of money. It's also a herb of protection. Breaking and sharing dill bread is a way of bringing blessings into one's home. Dill is very effective at keeping dark forces away from the home and can be used to bless. Corresponding with the Temperance card of the Major Arcana, brings clarity of thought and helps one maintain inner strength. Good herb for those who pursue magical knowledge, for it keeps the mind clear. Dill is useful for those who desire strength of mind and will. It provides a link between the two and promotes good energy, which is useful in achieving one's desires. It's not, the light's a bit weird. You can see the dill seeds. There you go. Anyway, because they're seeds, seeds are really, really great for growth projects, you know, growth of money projects and things all pertaining to that nature, because like a seed, things will grow. I don't know. I'm in a weirdo mood. A very, very weirdo mood. Let's just move. Right. So, I got some bits and pieces from Star Child. She says, rustling the bags. Rustle, rustle, rustle. And the first thing is actually lavender, and I've already talked about lavender. I was really agitated to have to buy lavender because right now the lavender bushes all around the village, but not in my garden, are like covered. So normally at this time of year I'd have been harvesting lavender for a couple of weeks at least, and I'd have a ton. I don't have hardly any right now because the lavender bush is late. Everything in the garden is late this year. I don't know what's going on. Apart from the wisteria, which was early. But there you go. So lavender is used for all sorts of things. Lavender is a peace herb, it's a bathing herb, it's a purification herb, it's a sleep herb, flower. It has a multitude of uses associated with Mercury, air, and masculinity. It's used for love, protection, sleep, chastity, longevity, purification, happiness, and peace. So there you go. This is organic, being from Star Child. It's of good quality. It smells beautiful. So I can't complain, but I was a little bit agitated to have to buy lavender. I was like, ugh. Ugh. Everything else from there was resins. So we've already actually talked about the labdanum resinoid in my sort of moving video I did the other day. So labdanum resinoid is used for the deep sensuousness and intoxicating the mind as it opens the mind to the realms of the imagination. It to me, it was desire, and it brought back past life recalls, which I talked about in a video the other day. Again, it's a rose-based one. It's based on a sticky resinous substance derived from certain Mediterranean species of the rock rose bush. So there you go. I've never worked with that before, but the scent immediately brought up all these very vivid past life thoughts and sort of dreamlike states. It was bizarre. So then I got some more Copal. Haven't opened the Copal yet. So Copal comes from South and Central America, where it is the most important incense of the Maya. It is equally sacred to the Aztecs and Incas, who burnt it as their main offering. To this day, it holds a place as a sacred gum burned for purification, rituals, protection, healing, and love. There's the Copal. There we go. Now I assume these will be in here. We will find out. Curry. Sounds delicious. Not what we're looking for though, book. Masculine sun, fire, love, purification. Added to love and purification incenses, especially in Mexico, can represent the heart in poppets. Yeah. So there you go. I have a video on Copal as well, I believe. I do enjoy Copal a great deal. If, you know, an incense on its own, it's really, really nice. Light, lifting, uplifting, peaceful, great. Here's some more benzoin. Benzoin is sacred to Aphrodite, Venus, and Mut, most common gum associated with purification and prosperity, love, and astral travel. There you go. Let's just move through them. Dharma gum, a Malaysian. In the Malaysian language, Dharma means light and is a reference to the light fracturing quality of this resin. It also describes its ethereal nature. As burned, it releases a light lemony scent, used to dispel the demons of depression and bring light to the dark recesses of the soul. In Malaysia, it's also used for healing and protection. I'm actually going to be using this tomorrow, so, you know, light, celebrating the light with the summer solstice and all that. So it works really, really well. It's really good for anti-depression. Really, really good. And one that I haven't tried, but I hadn't tried before I bought it, but I have been working with it over the last couple of days. I got the Star Child stuff a couple of days ago. Is Storax. It's actually sacred to the goddess Hecate, or Hecate, depending on how you pronounce it, and the magical arts. Used to invoke the goddess, as well as your own magical powers and the magical realms of the night. This stuff is to die for. I love it. I love it. Okay. So now I can move the imbuey board. Imbuey board imbues. I know. I'm not with it, and I've got lavender on the cloth. How have we got lavender? Doesn't matter, we'll sort it. Okay, so the next three things are crystals that I got. I don't think I've shown them. I know I haven't shown, well, right, I don't know if I showed this labradorite or not. I can't remember. It's a palm stone. Can you see it has this beautiful sort of gold, sort of woodland shine through there? It's quite a blue. It's beautiful. Labradorite is my spirit stone. I can't remember if I showed that one or not. If I've already shown that before, I'm sorry. If not, then now you've seen it. Sorry. Right, Labradorite is my spirit stone. It's the stone I adore. It's beautiful. And it, to me, represents my relationship with the goddess Morrigan. It's very much in keeping with the sort of shape-shifting energies, because it just, the way it changes and moves through the light, it's very mystical places. It's very temple of the sky is what it's often referred to. Temple of the stars, sorry. Let's have a look in the book. It's a gemstone of magic. Makes one aware of one's magical powers. The term magic refers to mental and intuitive abilities. So on and so forth. Embark on a multitude of voyages of self-discovery. It cannot be used for anything negative. It has a sort of pure positive energy. Self-mastery, self-fulfillment, third eye, hearing messages, wind element, strength, unity behind duality. It is a stone for shamans, magicians and other sorcerers. Protective and powerful. Helps in recalling past life experiences and other realm experiences. Protects the aura, strengthens the energies within, prevents others from tapping into your natural energy and draining you, and so on and so forth. But I call forth magic of higher awareness is the affirmation for Labradorite. So then one thing I have shown on an odd video here or there, but I didn't actually have a haul video for it, is this. So this looks very much like a raven head, I am aware. It's actually a megalodon tooth, primal prehistoric shark fossil tooth. It's interesting that it looks like a raven head, isn't it? Yes, isn't it just? Because everything I touch turns to raven head. No, not really. I'm just naturally drawn to it. So megalodon tooth is a sort of sea monster energy, and I was very drawn to it, and it's very primal. It's very much about the predator hunter aspect of energy, and it brings in a connection to a deep primal force, a deep hunter part of yourself, and it can help you in like vision questing and seeking, and it can be deep emotional traversing problematic. It can help you through things, find the courage to get through things and really head on through, but it also can mean that you will deep connect to yourself and your own emotional state, and forces you to go through hell and high water so you can become who you are meant to be. So that's a megalodon tooth. It's also quite weaponistic and in one form, and it kind of reminds me of a tool in another, which is pretty indicative of its Morrigan correlation to me. But there you go. And then last but not least, from the other week that I haven't shown, is a pietasite. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. And the light is going to be a bit weird in here, right? Okay. Fine. You argue with the camera. I will have to find that then. Pietasite is a stone of the storm. It is deeply cleansing for all levels of one's auric field, also called a tempest stone. Feels like the highest charged atmosphere of a thunderstorm. Activates mind, imagination, and stimulates psychic vision and enhances telepathy. It acts as an etheric lightning rod, grounding high frequency energy into the physical realm. This is interesting given what we have just looked at. Like a storm dredging up treasures from the ocean, Pietisite churns the hidden corners of one's energy field and reveals new directions for one's life. It helps to clear stagnant energies of one's habits away from one's personal energy and encourages one to take action towards one's dream. Powerful stone of magic and magical work, particularly when deep dramatic change is needed. Activation stone helps one to find new directions and move forward when the path feels blocked, or when one is unable to see the path. Can light a fire under one's base chakra, giving you get up and go basically. Affirmation: the clarity of inner sight reveals the best choices for action and I make them without hesitation. So yeah, it's beautiful. And I didn't show those, they're from a week or two, maybe even further back, I can't remember exactly when. So we'll include them in this video, but I did go to the crystal shop today. I got a couple of bits, not much. I was kind of really annoyed because I went to the market and the woman on the crystal store pretty much ignored me. And I think it's because I keep asking her if she's managed to find a particular crystal, and I think she's just not speaking to me about it now. So I was like, you know what, if you're not going to speak to me, I will go into my shop and not bother. Right, so I went into the local holistic place that I go and I got a couple of little bits. The first thing is some more lime essential oil. Lime is for the spiritual warrior. It's uplifting, it's zesty, it's gorgeous, it fills you with energy, it cleans you out, it cleanses you, gives you get up and go. Lime is my favourite citrus scent. I adore lime in all forms. I just love it. I love to eat it. I love to smell it. I love to wear it. I just love it. Love it. So I got some more because I was running out. So there you go. That's I use it all the time. So there you go. Lime essential oil. So then I picked up some crystally bits. Not many today, just a couple. 3 technically. Ooh, that's a horse-drawn carriage that just went past outside. I want a horse-drawn carriage. It was all gothic and everything. That's amazing. Right, onwards. The first crystal is a black opal. Black opal I haven't seen prior to them having it in. And black opal are catalysts for physical healing. They support one's emotional body. They aid in uplifting depression, not through cheering you up, but through moderating the sense of isolation. They can help one receive more life force and creative energy through the stimulation of the first 2 chakras. Black opal is considered to be extremely lucky and one of the most uplifting of the opals, bringing light into the aura. It eases distress and dissolves depression and hopelessness, helping one to face their darkest fears and release that which is holding them back. Linking the root chakra and crown chakra, black opal connects one's highest spiritual aspirations with the physical body, making it a powerful magnifier of intention and manifestation. It is a protective stone for deep inner work, soul retrieval or past life recall, and can be used for gazing into the past, present or future. Highly prized as a power stone for ritual and can be used for reading eyes in order to describe the truthfulness or intentions of a person. Is a storm element stone of death and rebirth and utilizes fire energy. I'm noticing a theme. Death, storm and rebirth. Love. Loving. Right, so to balance the nature of the black opal, they had some lovely little bits of selenite. Now, these are going to be amazing for gridding, particularly in protection type gridding, and they're sort of, I don't know, little columns. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of, you know, when people over polish selenite and it becomes really shiny. I don't like it like that. And I enjoy it, but it's not a crystal that I have worked with as much as, say, a rainbow moonstone or one of those type moon-based stones, or the scolecite. Even the scolecite I might turn to rather than selenite. So it is a moon based crystal. Selenite opens and activates the third eye, crown chakra and the soul star chakra. The selenite wand pointed at the third eye sends energy that can feel like a gust of wind going through the forehead and out the top of the head. Selenite is the key that unlocks a doorway to the etheric chakras. Once this doorway has been opened, the higher self is free to establish itself in the light body of an individual, empowering one's next step of evolution into the human light being. Okey-dokey then. Clears etheric blockages and debris, allowing for a freer flow of energy around the higher chakras. Aids in overcoming stagnation and prevents one from succumbing to the illusions of security and comfort. So I really like these for a grid. I really like the sort of the cut of them, I guess, is what I'm going for. And the last crystal I got today is a piece of malachite. Oh, tumbled malachite. It's quite a big tumble. Malachite, enlightened leadership, creativity, competence, protection, healing of the heart. Is one of the few green fire elemental minerals. It holds the yang or male polarity of copper's powerful electrical conductivity. The energy of malachite strengthens our ability to take action and create form from our thoughts and ideas. It stimulates the solar plexus chakra and promotes one's alignment with and expression, both personal and divine will. Drives one to create and manifest one's dreams and desires. Carries the frequency of the enlightened leader. Assists those in position of a great responsibility. Stay true to ourselves. Assist one in perceiving the cracks in the walls that block one's progress. Yeah, I'm feeling a theme. Ability to heal on the physical and emotional levels, can be used to draw out impurities, densities and attachments in the energy field. Its frequency melts constrictive energy patterns into the aura and stimulates an energized flow of life force through the aura. I haven't actually worked with malachite. I can't tell you why. It's been one of those crystals I just haven't worked with. Haven't felt the draw to work with until now. So I'm going to be working with it. And that's me closing the book pulling the cloth, and the crystal going for a walk by itself. It's fantastic. Right, so the last thing, are we on the last thing? We're on the last thing. The video is drawing to a close. Oh no! I ordered this from Beth Wildwood. I'm going to show you the free gift first, which I was over the moon about. It made me cry. I'd had a really crappy week And when this turned up yesterday, I was like, oh, thank goodness, something good to offset the bad. And so I ordered one thing, and I'll show you that last, but the free gift that came with it is this. This is, I believe it's the same material. So if it's the same material, I did ask, I haven't heard back yet. It is Reindeer Antler that has fallen naturally. There's no hunting or killing involved in this particular. It's natural shed reindeer antler, and it's on a pendant. Obviously, I may get some of the bits and pieces and attach them to it because I just love it. Now, I really wanted a horn or a claw. I might actually put the raven claw on here. That's what I'll do, the raven claw. Right, sorry. Crow claw, sorry. So I really wanted one of the ones at some point. Oh, what are they called? Is it? One second. I'm pretty sure it's this, but I'm checking because I don't want to say the wrong thing. Yeah, it's blood milk jewels. Blood milk jewels are a very expensive jewellery brand, but they're gorgeous. They are. If I win the lottery, I will buy one of everything because they're just gorgeous, and I just find them insanely beautiful. And they do claws and things out of sterling silver, and I really love them. And I was just thrilled to get a piece of antler that looks very much like one of those claws. So for the symbolic meaning of reindeer, and I'm going to reiterate this right here before I even get any further, this is all naturally shed, so there's no harm come to any animals because of this. I know there's been a thing lately, but for laying into people for using things like antler and stuff, but this is all naturally shed. So, and I trust the lady who it came from, which is Beth Wildwood. Okay. Is that an... Oh, he's going back again. Oh damn, I missed him. I was trying to get the horse and carriage for you. It's all black and they have white plumes in the... Oh. Sorry. I was just like, oh my god, there's a gothic horse and carriage and I want one. Right? Anyway. Okay. Reindeer means horned animal in Norse language. Other variations mean running animal in Old English and wild animal in Old German. Reindeers are indeed horned, both male and female, which is an oddity. In fact, the deer family to which it belongs, the reindeer is the only ilk in which both genders grow antlers. They are also fast runners, up to 60 miles per hour. Isn't that interesting how both male and female have antlers? That's interesting. Symbolic of travel, surety, service, guidance, sensitivity, advantage, exploration and opportunity. They often live in cold terrain and manage to survive, so it's very much about survivors. They are sure-footed, so reindeer energy can help you maneuver in slick situations. To walk through challenging times and find your path. Can also be involved with shamanistic path walking. They're often deemed to be messengers, best equipped to be the liaison between earth and sky. Shares a lot of the attributes of stag energy, for obvious reasons. The Tungbistic tribe in eastern Siberia revered the reindeer as a creature of the night, as well as a funerary symbol. The reindeer was called upon as a light guide through darkness and death. When a member of the tribe passed, the reindeer carried the soul safely into the realm of spirits. Many cultures see this as a lunar symbol. Dreams, fertility, intuition, femininity, clairvoyance, and the cycles of time. Shows up in the renowned Scandinavian legend of Disa, was a daughter of a chieftain under the rule of King Freyr. She was purported to have untold beauty and unmatched wits. There's a whole story about her, but I think the video is long enough. There you go. So it's kind of shamanistic path walking, getting through things. It has this sort of dream walking quality. It again has an underworld quality, otherworld quality to it, which is perfect for what is coming up next. So this was my free gift, and I've been wearing it ever since it came, and I love it. I love it. It's highly protective. But I can imagine it has an otherworld death aspect. So this is what I actually bought. This is my new favourite thing in the world. I love this. This is a Beth Wildwood antler piece in which she has collected pre-shed antlers, and she paints an individual design on each. And when I saw this, I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And it won't be the last thing I order from her. She does some incredible work. So first and foremost, I really like the fact this is two-pronged at the bottom here. The two-prongedness, as well as the fact that it curves out. So it leaves the space for 3, which I really love. And the spaces of 3, the emptiness of 3, could be seen to be the metaphysical, the life, death and rebirth, the cycles. And then the two-prongness of it is your duality, is your masculine and feminine with all the things. And because it's reindeer, and reindeer have antlers, even if they're male or female, that's even better with the duality. It ties in, for me, how I feel about the Morrigan. The Morrigan has very much so masculine and feminine energies within her, more than any god or goddess that I have heard of or sense their energy or anything, you know, in the process of my research. Bird song. I don't know if the camera will have picked that up or not. She has masculine and feminine energies within her. The first time I ever saw her, I thought it was a man. She appeared as a man the first time I ever saw her. It was very confusing and was done so on purpose. Shape-shifting, all that sort of good stuff. So the fact it is a double-pronged decoration, it's going on the altar. I need to cleanse it and dedicate it tomorrow. So that'll be something else I can do tomorrow. There you go. Anyway, so the artwork is so beautiful. You have this beautiful spiral work from the tree and all the way down, like white roots, underworld, otherworld, very much so. Spirals are all very deeply meaningful within Celtic tradition. The spiral within, as above so below, as within so without, and it's very much about the spiritual journey. And then you have the tree, and within the tree you have the golden labyrinth. I love the labyrinth as the symbol, the Celtic labyrinth. How close can we get? There you go. The Celtic labyrinth is probably my one of my favourite Celtic symbols, if not my favourite Celtic symbol. I think if I was going to get a tattoo, this is what I would have. Either this or a Triskel maybe. But I probably would go for the labyrinth. I love it. It just, in one incredible image, it packs a punch of spiritual meaning. It's all about the search for self, the search for the soul, the search for the higher purpose, the search for the connection, the understanding of the mysteries, the fact that it's the idea that this labyrinth doesn't have a beginning or an end, and it's very much the mystical connection of things. I love it. And then it's also, of course, part of a tree. I'm big into my tree energy, as people should probably be aware now. And then to top it off, there's a raven on top. I can't tell you how much I love this thing. The fact that she sent me this free pendant as well blew me away. It made me cry yesterday. It was just so lovely. I mean, there was a card too with an owl on it, and I'm not sure where I've left that. That's downstairs somewhere. But I've had artwork from her before. I think her prices are really reasonable compared to a lot of art prices. I will definitely be getting something else, maybe some more art pictures from her, because I think she's insanely talented. I love the energy, I love the artwork, I just love it. Oh, all the bits and pieces today were for me. I didn't get anything for the giveaway, but there is an altar cloth. I've actually put it in a box and put it away because I was going to show it on video. There will definitely be one of these altar cloths in the giveaway. I've got it. It's in the box in the cupboard, out of the way. But if you're on Facebook, you'll have seen the pictures by now. Right, so that's it. Whew. I want that carriage. That was amazing. I wish I could have got that on camera for you all. That was amazing. They had these big white plumes from the horses. Oh, beautiful. Right, enough. Right, sorry, there I go. So that was it for this video. A bit long, a bit strange,